Hello, my brothers and sisters. Thank you all for tuning in and continuing to join me on this journey. Today, I want to talk about some of the songs that came out on my channel and Northside John's channel this past week. The first song up is Who Can You Trust? That's a song featuring Jake, my brother, and John. That song's very powerful, and I really like the music video that I made for that song. I think it came out good, cutting the two verses and the hook separate. We each have our own little part in that song. One of my favorite lines from Jake is, at the end, what can you do now that you lost love? What do you do in this life once you lose love? How do you take the next step forward? How do you continue in this life when you lose your love? Another line from Jake is, you don't want the best for me. It kind of sums up the whole song. Who can you trust? Who can you put your trust in? Who can you know that they truly want the best for you and they're not just trying to get something out of the relationship they have with you? Who can you trust in this life? Who really wants the best for you? Two lines that came from John that are really powerful. The first one is, we just want to take a stand. They try to make us take a seat. You're trying to stand up for something. You're trying to take a stand in this life. But other people are trying to push you down or trying to make you take a seat. Why is this? Is it because they're scared to see you stand up and actually make a change? Or is it because they're not willing to take a stand? They would rather see other people take a seat like them, because it actually hurts to see other people willing to take a stand when you're not willing to do so yourself. It's like turning a blind eye to the issues in the world and just wanting to live through your own life and not take a stand for the other people and the other problems you see in this life. Another line from John, which I really like, is, should have paid attention to my instincts. That happens too much. We don't pay attention to our instincts. We don't pay attention to our gut feelings. We keep going down a path even though we feel like we shouldn't be going down this path, and it leads us nowhere good. There's plenty of times in your life where you had a gut feeling, your instincts told you one thing, but you tried to fight them. Then later in life, you kind of say to yourself, I wish I would have just trusted that gut feeling. I wish I would have trusted my instincts. Look at where it got me, not trusting my instincts. Another song that came out on my channel this week, a remix from a Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson song with me and my brother Jake, is Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. I really like how that song turned out with me and my brother. I made that song about 2 weeks ago, and I have a couple other country duo songs I have with Jake that should be coming out on my channel sometime in the future. One of my favorite lines is the first line in that song. Cowboys ain't easy to love, and they're harder to hold. See, this cowboy lifestyle, these cowboys, the original gangsters in this world, they ain't easy to love, and they're even harder to hold down and to keep in one place. These cowboys are always trying to go out and do something new. They're always trying to be the gangsters, and it's not easy for a woman to hold down a cowboy and to truly love them, and to receive the love back that they give to these cowboys. Another line that goes with that is, because they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. That's just a purely sad line right there. These cowboys, they're never at home, they're always alone, even when they're with someone they love. So it's the idea of feeling alone, even when you're with someone that you truly love, or that truly loves you. You still feel alone, and no matter where you go, you never feel at home. The last line I want to talk about from that song is a line I said, and each night begins a new day. I hope that's a little motivational to hear that. Every night, no matter how hard the day was before, no matter how hard that day was, it'll begin a new day. Each night begins a new day. Tomorrow will always be a new opportunity for you to be a better person, for you to continue to strive for success, and for you to progress in this life. Don't let the problems from yesterday hold you back today. Another song I wanted to talk about is a song that came out on my friend John's channel, John Torres, Northside John. The song is No Shame. It's a quick one, but that's a really good song right there. He probably recorded it about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago in the studio. It's the first audio you can go listen to on his channel, the first time No Shame came out on his channel. And I really like how that turned out, very melodic and very fun to listen to. One of the lines he said in that song is, "Why nowadays every song I play sounds the same." Have you noticed that? A lot of this mainstream hip-hop and rap, a lot of the Billboard songs, they all sound the same. There's less uniqueness in this music nowadays. They all revolve around sex, drugs, violence, and they all begin to sound the same eventually. And it's a crying shame. Another lyric that John mentioned in that song is, "They only want the chance to infiltrate your brain." A lot of the music nowadays, the cadence that it's going at, they'll just keep talking about sex, drugs, violence. They're infiltrating your brain. They're changing the way your brain works by feeding it so much information, and you continue to go back and listen to that music every day, and it's changing the way your brain functions and what you think about when you're not listening to this music. Another song that just came out yesterday from Northside John, John Torres, is Another One. This is the official audio for Another One. He has an unreleased one that he posted on his channel previously. But this new Another One, it sounds very clean, very crisp, and I like the undertones he added to it. They're kind of like the ad-libs you hear in the background between some of his bars. It kind of ties the whole song together. That song's very melodic and has a great flow, and that song's a really good listen. So if you haven't checked it out, go check out Northside John, Another One. A lyric he said in that song is, "I'm a shooting star, man, you cannot really rock with me." To feel like a shooting star, to feel like your potential's so high that you're shooting for the stars. Kind of ties back to the positive message I dropped on my channel this week. And the thumbnail for that is, "Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you land among the stars." You should be trying to strive for something in this world. Don't settle for anything less. You should feel like a shooting star. Another line that John said in that channel is, "I'm the one that's always blocking me." Doesn't it feel like that in life? You are your main critic. You're the one that is truly holding yourself back. Sometimes we can blame other people and we can come up with excuses, but in the end, usually it's your own self that's holding you back from what you really want to do in life. It's yourself that doesn't see the full potential in yourself. It's yourself that tries to block you from what you really want to do, tries to block you from your dreams. You're too scared to take that leap of faith. Thank you all for listening. Those are the 4 songs I wanted to talk about this week. We'll have new songs to talk about next week, and I'm hoping to bring in more people to this Truth, Love, Freedom, this TLF movement. I do have new friends coming over every week, hopping on as features. Me and John, we have a nice little vault going with songs, and we pick 2 of the songs every week and drop them on our channels. So I'm having a nice vault. I'm having a lot of songs prepped ahead of time before they drop. But I'm also looking forward to having more artists release their own channels and work on their own music in the future. My friend Kayvon Brown, he has his own studio set up at home now. He got it off the Truth, Love, Freedom movement. We hooked him up with his own studio, so stay tuned. Kayvon Brown should be dropping music and joining the trend very soon. And we have other artists that we're preparing for in the future to give them studios and get them to join this Truth, Love, Freedom movement and release their songs every week now too. I hope in the future this talking music video can be a little longer and we can talk about more artists than just me and John Torres. Thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll be back with you tomorrow for a podcast.